is all I need. Drink is all I need. Here come the mail.
Just making some priming solution to do some bottles. Bit of a different method since I don't want to crack into a big bag of dextrose currently. I'm going to use assorted brown sugars that I have sitting around. Mind my arm. Got my Hankel pot on the scale. And putting this in as it's near rock solid. Normally don't do this. I've done this with a stout before, primed it with brown sugar, but not normally other beers, but this is all a bit of a hacked beer anyway, so I'm not that worried. I only have under 3 gallons of this beer, I think, so 2 and a bit of ounces will do. And I will add some water and boil this. So I got 2 1/4 ounces there of dark and light brown sugar. I'll add water and put it on the stovetop. Added so much water, and here we go. So I'm going to get this up to a boil. Boil it for 5 minutes, and then we will siphon the beer into a secondary vessel to batch prime. As you can see, we've got a boil going pretty good. Got the timer on for 5 minutes. We're going to let this go. It's our priming solution. Kind of dark. So here's how I rinse my bottles. Got one of those brass bottle washers. Just got the hot water on there. This is my custom made laundry faucet because the other one broke years ago, and this thing will last forever. So my hot water is extremely hot. So even though these bottles are pre-rinsed and all that and dried off, just to make sure no dust or anything else is in them, I put them on a bottle tree. I continue like this. Make sure I wash. Get the cap rinsed off too, because that'll be touching the beer as well. And after I do all these bottles, I'll get to sanitizing them. So here I have my secondary vessel, which I'm going to bottle from, the sanitary solution in it, my auto siphon, and I can make it do a few rounds. Got the hose buried in there, so it's getting all covered. It was always clean before. I always rinse it off with extremely hot water and then get to this. So I'm gonna hold this and fill up my vernier with sanitary solution so I can sanitize all the bottles. A little awkward in the space given. You just don't want the hose to fly out. So this will just give it an extra cycle of solution, right, going through it to sanitize it. See it's coming out. Gravity does wonders. I'll get all the sanitary solution out as I can, and then that beer is going in here. So my bottle's all rinsed off in hot water, waiting to be sanitized with a vernier. My secondary vessel all sanitized. This beer sitting and waiting, and the priming solution I made on the stove is sitting here waiting to go in as well. So I'm gonna set this back, try and get it all in the shot. My head might not be in, but you'll see what's going on. So first thing I want to do, I got the sediment catcher on there. Pull off the bung, which isn't that easy. Trying not to lose the airlock, put it on something clean. Put this in gently, very gently, down until it touches the yeast bed on the bottom, which is pretty large because this was put on a yeast cake. So with that sitting in, without pumping anything, I'll now gently pour my priming solution in. Sit this over here, and then pump in the beer. Now that the beer is sitting in there with the priming solution, all these bottles need to get done. That'll give it time to get ready to go and ferment in these bottles to carbonate them. So this is a tedious task sometimes, but got to get done. So here goes.
Choices ascend, and the voice that's in my head is ringing, and I know why. 'Cause the hardest part is I know when the voice is on.
So, I have to kneel down here and make sure I'm in there. With the bottles all done, sanitize my bottling wand. Pull it off the end here, stick that on my auto siphon, make sure this is in a good spot because this thing wedges in the back. I will prop that up the best I can. Get a bottle here. It's the thing when you have this, you have to depress that or else you're not going to get flow. And here we go. First bottle's filling up. This is kind of in the way. Always get another bottle ready. These are the Gulch bottles. They're a little less than the other ones because the other ones are 500 mils. These are 400 and something. Pretty much till the hits the top. Go to the next one. That's good enough for me. Put it in a little tray I got here. No rinse sanitizer was used, so it's safe. Normally wait till you get actual beer, but it's close enough. Now you just keep doing this more and more, and after seeing that, it's already making a bit of sound, so you know it's working. Top that up a little bit.
Quick as a flash, better be fast, decision time.
about 23 pints-ish, maybe 22, because those gross bottles or whatnot, and last two aren't 100% full, but good enough and they'll carbonate. So that was that stovetop brew with from that Science 101 or 201 kit that I used extra steeping grains and whatever else. So this was quite a hack beer in my opinion, well, to me anyways, but we'll see what it tastes like in about 3 to 4 weeks when these things are carbonated, so that'll be next year because this is Christmas Eve. So here's one tip on bottling. Always ensure you have a couple extra bottles ready to go because you never know. It's always best to have more ready than not, because nothing worse than scrambling the last minute to get a bottle cleaned when you need it now. And now it's cleanup time for me. And keep these with that keg I got carbonated or something else, and find a box for the rest of these because these sit in that case pretty well.
Drink is all I need. Drink is all I need. Here come the mail. You know without fail I lose. I haven't a dime 'cause I spent it on wine.